What's up, guys? It's your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, back for another dose of Insider Weekly, your weekly show highlighting the industry's biggest headlines in case you've missed it. Here's what we have on tab for this week's show. In an Insider Gaming exclusive, Respawn is working on a first-person Star Wars Mandalorian video game. During the Xbox Business Update podcast, Microsoft announced 4 Xbox games coming to other consoles. And speaking of games coming soon, Activision Blizzard games will be soon headed to Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft has also teased a unique and powerful next-gen Xbox console. Are you ready for the PlayStation 6? Sony has said that the PlayStation 5 is now entering the latter stages of its life cycle. Epic Games is heading back to the Apple Store in one country, Palworld devs are working on strategies to combat cheating, and EA Sports College Football 25 is set for its big reveal. As you can see, guys, we have a lot to dive into, so let's not waste any time and get you on the inside. In an Insider Gaming exclusive, Respawn is now developing a first-person Star Wars Mandalorian video game. According to our own sources here at Insider Gaming, the game will see the player take control of a Mandalorian bounty hunter set during the time when the Galactic Empire is ruling the galaxy. Now, there's no word as to whom the bounty hunter is, whether it's Din Djarin or a new character, but it'll be your job to capture bounties, warm or cold, for cash, or in this case, credit rewards. Originally reported by Jeff Grubb, the game will be focused on mobility and style as guiding principles. The game's high mobility has been made possible storytelling-wise thanks to the Mandalorian's jetpack, which allows the player to perform horizontal dashing, vertical jumping, boost sliding, somewhat similar to sliding down hills in Apex Legends, and more. Sources describe the game as very fast-paced, and as such will reward players who play in this style. For example, the player's health will mainly regenerate based on successive kills. We expect to see a wider range of weapons and gadgets, including a wrist rocket, grappling hook, and a visor for tagging enemies, bounties, and much more. As we understand it, the game will not be open world, but will instead have a linear playstyle taking place on a variety of different systems within the Star Wars universe. Now, there's no word on a time frame as far as when the game will be released, but it was said that we're still a year or two away at the very least. Additionally, there's no word on if the game will include multiplayer. Microsoft had a lot to say yesterday during its business update podcast, and one big takeaway was that 4 Xbox games will be coming to other consoles. Phil Spencer made the official announcement yesterday, and though he didn't want to name the games, The Verge has already revealed what the games will be. According to them, Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment will be the first 2 games coming to other consoles, followed by Sea of Thieves and Grounded. You can expect these games coming to the PlayStation 5 as well as the Nintendo Switch as part of Xbox's new strategy. Phil stated yesterday during the event that, quote, "I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry," unquote. Now, guys, according to Phil Spencer, not every Xbox game will be coming to all platforms, but that decision will eventually come down to what makes sense for the developers of that said game and, of course, Xbox. It's an interesting strategy that has many fans questioning Xbox's motive here moving forward, and it will be without question very interesting to see if it yields any success for the company. As expected during the Xbox Business Update podcast, it was revealed that Activision Blizzard games are indeed headed to Xbox Game Pass, and the first one on the list is none other than Diablo 4, coming on March 28th. This is huge for Xbox Game Pass, of course, and will bring a wide range of games to the popular platform. Now, this announcement also implies that this year's Call of Duty game, dubbed Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War, could also be coming to Game Pass, but that depends on the advertisement deal that Activision currently has with PlayStation. Guys, we also got some next-gen console news, and I know it feels early, but we are headed into the 4th year with these systems. Sarah Bond, the Xbox president, teased a unique and powerful next-gen Xbox console. During the event, it was promised that Microsoft is shaping up to deliver the largest technical leap with what comes next, pushing out a unique and powerful console that alters the established paradigm as we know it. Sarah stated, quote, "We've got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. We've also invested in the next generation roadmap. What we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building." Sounds like we're getting even closer to photorealism in gaming. And also, guys, the topic of handhelds came up as well, as those rumors have been circulating for quite some time, but Phil seemed to shut down those rumors at the moment, stating that there's nothing to announce at this time, but he is, quote, "a big fan of handhelds though," leaving the door cracked open just a little bit. In other next-gen console news, are you guys ready for the PlayStation 6? Or at least the PlayStation 5 Pro, perhaps? This week, after announcing the PS5 has now shipped 55.8 million units worldwide, Sony stated that the console is headed into the latter stage or latter half of its life cycle. Sony's senior vice president Naomi Matsuoka stated that the company expects the sales of the system to start falling over the next year. In a statement to Bloomberg, Matsuoka stated, quote, "Looking ahead, PS5 will enter the latter stages of its life cycle. As such, we will put more emphasis on the balance between profitability and sales. For this reason, we expect the annual sales pace of the PS5 hardware will start falling from the next fiscal year." Rumors of the PlayStation 5 Pro have been in the works for quite some time now, but the company has not officially announced the system at this time. And according to court documents from last year, Microsoft expects the PlayStation 6 to launch sometime in 2028. Epic Games has been absent from the Apple Store for quite some time, and now, according to a new blog post, the company has secured its Apple developer account and plans to launch the Epic Games Store for iOS in Europe later this year. Epic Games announced that it will be developing its store on iOS soon, thanks to the new Digital Markets Act. Now, while we do not have a release date confirmed quite yet for the store, the post did add that Epic Games Sweden AB will operate the mobile Epic Games Store and Fortnite in Europe, with the store team leading development. Epic Games Sweden currently has 3 studios with over 60 employees working for the group. This news, of course, follows a very long and public court battle between Apple and Epic Games. Just last month, Apple announced that it wanted $73 million from Epic Games for legal reimbursements. Epic Games had a big year in 2023, with Fortnite expanding with the addition of Fortnite Festival as well as Rocket Racing. And just last week, as I mentioned on Insider Weekly, Disney announced a massive collaboration with Epic Games as they are now investing $1.5 billion in a new Fortnite universe. Their plan, as they see it, is to bring together Disney's beloved brands and franchises with the hugely popular Fortnite in a transformational new games and entertainment universe. With great power, in this case popularity, comes great responsibility, and Palworld, as we know, has been exploding since launch. And with that, of course, there will be some setbacks, one of which is cheaters. In a new post on X, Palworld devs revealed their plans for anti-cheat countermeasures, including a player list function and an external solution as well. Regarding the cheating, devs announced that we are working on measures to deal with it strictly as a priority. They plan on adding a player list function and a new update by the end of this month. This will be used to help identify and suspend suspected cheaters within the game. The buzz of Palworld continues as just a couple weeks ago, Pocket Pair revealed that the game was the biggest third-party Xbox Game Pass title at launch. The future sure looks bright as a new roadmap was revealed last month with plans for PvP, raid bosses, and even Pal Arena. It seems almost too good to be true, but it's officially happening. EA Sports announced that EA Sports College Football 25 will be fully revealed coming up later this year in May. The announcement was made on their social media channels just yesterday and further encompassed hype for the return of the legendary college football video game franchise. It's been confirmed already that the game will see a Road to Glory and Dynasty mode returning to the forefront, but outside of that, not much has been revealed. As far as a release date, sources have told us at Insider Gaming on multiple occasions that the game is indeed scheduled for launch in July, which indeed lines up with social media posts stating that the game is coming this summer. The hype trailer gave us slight glimpses of what to expect and a couple sneak peeks of some of the mascot character models, but mostly just added more hype for one of the most highly anticipated returns in the history of sports games. This will be the first college football game since NCAA Football 2014 released back in 2013, so the hype for this is on another level for fans as expected. Stay tuned. Now, insiders, let's quickly recap everything that was highlighted on this week's edition of Insider Weekly. In an Insider Gaming exclusive, Respawn Entertainment is in the process of developing a first-party video game set in the Star Wars universe, focusing on The Mandalorian. During the Xbox Business Update podcast, Microsoft revealed plans to bring 4 Xbox games to their platforms beyond their own. Additionally, Activision Blizzard games are soon to join Xbox Game Pass, with Microsoft hinting at a forthcoming next-generation Xbox console. As anticipation builds, Sony hints at the future with talk of the PlayStation 6 while acknowledging that the PS5 is now in its later stages of development. In other gaming news, Epic Games is making a return to the Apple Store in select regions, Palworld developers are devising strategies to combat cheating, and EA Sports College Football 25 is gearing up for a major unveiling. All the details and so much more for these stories can always be found right now over at InsiderGaming.com. That's your Insider Weekly for this week, Insiders. Until next time, I'm your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you on the inside.